Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. This is Maggie. Whether you're new or old, thank you very much for coming by to see me. Today is Masterboard Monday, and we're going to be doing Masterboard with a little twist. If you've been doing this for a while, if you've been junk journaling for a while, you probably have done this or you've seen somebody do it. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. It's just something that I've done on other occasions. I've never exactly made a masterboard this way, but I thought it would be fun to do something different. So that's what we're going to do today. I want to say that today is actually still Friday for me. So you'll all have already have enjoyed and celebrated Mother's Day. I hope you had a wonderful day and that you were able to visit and just enjoy, your family and friends. So we're going to get started on this. I don't know how long this is going to take. I have probably maybe 50 circles or so that I've punched. If you could see my scrap pile over here, I've just pulled pieces out and made circles with them, punched circles with them. I absolutely love that. I haven't had this hole punch for too long, but I absolutely love it. It's so much easier to use than the other ones. And if I could, I would get the whole set, but they are kind of expensive. They're much easier on my hands as well. I've got this little small one, this 1 inch, and this is 2 1/4 inch. I really, really like them a lot. So anyway, I punched my circles out with a 2 1/4 inch punch. And like I said, I have 50 to 60 here, scraps I just pulled out. And I've kind of tried to shuffle them like a deck of cards, to get them all mixed up. Some of them are kind of thin, some of them are regular cardstock, so some of them might be sticking together. There's some old book page in here. There's some digitals of music and dictionary. They're digitals. So let's just see what we can come up with. Like I said, I hope to do 2, but we'll just see how it goes. So I'm going to set my hole punch aside. I'm going to set my little case aside as well. And I'm just going to kind of spread these out. I'm not doing these in any particular order or color combination. I am just going to go for it, whatever. Oh, I don't want to put 2 pieces together. That's why I kind of tried to shuffle them a little bit. But I don't know if I really did any good. They weren't all punched out at the same time. So let's see what happens. Let's see what we get. So I hope to do 2 today. But we'll do what we can do. All right, so let's just get started. Now I did something like this for Christmas, and I did for Christmas. I made some stockings, that large full-page stockings that became that were stockings. I had just a little pattern. I cut them out, and then I shaped them on the pattern how I wanted them to go. And I think one piece I used triangles, and the other ones I used circles, I think. I don't remember now. So I know this probably isn't getting glue everywhere where it needs to do, but getting them on the edge is kind of tricky. I don't want to get all over my table, and I can always go back and glue whatever together. And they turned out so cute. I loved them so much. Like I said before, they turned out, they kind of look like patchwork quilts in a way. I just thought they were really cute. And then I decorated them with things to make them look like Christmas trees or stockings, It was just fun to do it. So I thought, why not try a masterboard like this? it might be interesting to see what we can come up with. This is a great, like any masterboard, this is a great scrap buster. I mean, you can go through a lot of scraps, you know, punching out holes. They don't have to be 2.5 inch. If you have a bigger punch, they could be, this is the largest one that I happen to have. They could be bigger than this. If you have a smaller one and you want to punch out lots of circles, you could go that way. So you could just have fun with it. Just do whatever you want to do. We'll see how we do. Now in the video I made earlier, I was talking a little bit about the headache that I had yesterday. And I was saying how much better I felt today, which I do. I do feel worlds better. But it was kind of funny when I listened to it, part of it back, because I seem to be talking so slowly. You might have thought I was half asleep or trying to go to sleep. I don't know. So I'm going to see if I can pick the pace up a little bit here. I'm not sure what that was all about, but I do feel much better. I don't have a headache, for which I'm very, very grateful. And see, the thing with these is you can't really get the whole, when you're doing the outside edges, you can't get the whole circle on there. I just want to cover, make sure the gaps between the circles are completely covered. So yeah, I do hope you had a nice holiday and that your week is starting out well for you. It seems weird to be making this video and knowing it's not going to go up till Monday. And I'm just trying, you know, I like to be a little bit, I like to be on ahead a little bit. It doesn't hurt to be ahead. On the video I made earlier, making some ephemera for the Paris journal, my battery went dead on me, which really shocked me when I heard the camera click, and I looked up and looked at the screen because it was a fresh battery. I mean, I charged the I put my battery on the charger as soon as I take it out of the camera, and I change my batteries in between videos. So for this video, I tried to pick a battery that I know had been on the charger longer than the other two that I just had put on there. So yeah, I was shocked when that happened. So I had to start over again. Not over again, but I had to pick up where I left off, which thank goodness I've learned how to do that. I wish I could learn more editing kind of tools and tricks. I'd like to be able to correct my mistakes that I say online, like by running a little banner across. But I have no idea how to do that. Maybe I can learn that at some point. I think it would be a good thing to learn. But for now, we're just gonna go with it. You know, I really am one of these persons that do my best, my honest level best, to kind of go with the flow and not get all tangled up in stuff that, you know, doesn't matter and is not really going to help me any. There's no point in getting upset over things that happen. They're not, you can't fix them really, and you know, You just have to make the best of it and kind of forge ahead. That's what life is all about anyway. Oh, I also had started talking about when my girls were little, and I was talking about, you know, Mother's Day and getting together with your friends and loved ones. When we lived in Michigan, and most of my husband's family lived in Michigan as well. Now, by that time, my my father had died. He died when I was young, in my early 20s. My oldest daughter was she was barely a one year old, but I think she was closer to 18 months in actuality. And he passed away then. He was quite a bit older than my mother. There was quite an age gap. But overall, you know, it seemed to work for them. They got along, for the most part, pretty well. So he was gone. My mother passed away when my youngest daughter was 3. So, and when she was still alive, my mother lived with us for a while before she died. And when she was still alive and with us, she would go to family get-togethers with us whenever she was able, which was nice for her because she hadn't been part of a large family for a long time. I don't even know if she ever really was, except with my father's family when they were all a bit younger. She was an orphan. And so she passed when my youngest one was 3. So she kind of, she remembers her, but she didn't really know her, which is sad because my mother was a very talented, very, very talented lady. She wasn't well educated. I don't even think she went to the 3rd grade, anywhere past the 3rd grade. But she taught herself a lot. She was a beautiful, beautiful seamstress. You know, she kind of made up her own patterns, you know, and she did such a beautiful job. You know, she taught herself, of course, she pretty much taught herself to read, you know, until the 3rd grade. You don't learn a whole heck of a lot. I mean, you're reading by then, but she furthered those skills because she read her Bible every single solitary day. And so she was just a very talented, gifted lady. And so anyway, when she was gone, she wasn't able to participate. Of course, we didn't have her there at any gatherings anymore, and she was sorely missed. But we would get together usually at my in-laws' house, which was shared by my one of my husband's older sisters and her husband and young boy that they adopted. And we would have these wonderful get-togethers. I mean, you know, it was just a lot of laughing. Nobody drank. Nobody smoked that I know of, but nobody drank. It was not a drinking family. It was not even something that they ever thought about doing. And I've told you before how jovial my husband was and how he just loved to joke around and laugh. I mean, he was always laughing. So it was a lot of fun. My girls grew up in that kind of an atmosphere because everybody was so loud. I mean, everybody wanted to talk over everybody else. I was always a quiet one. I did not do that. I just kind of sat back and was there, and I enjoyed it. But, you know, I wasn't in the thick of it. It just wasn't my nature to do that. but my girls grew up with that. I'm very happy that they were able to grow up in that atmosphere of a big family and cousins. And oh, I keep sliding this back towards me. I'm sorry. So I'm thankful that they had that experience. I only had the one brother and sister, and they both lived in Southern California during those years. So I would make trips out to California to visit my mom and my brother and sister. I always enjoyed them, and after I had the second little girl, I still went. But I most generally had to take the bus because that's all that we could afford. But you know, it didn't matter to me then. I was young and very adventurous. So yeah, it just really didn't bother me. I went however I could go, you know. I was so thankful to be going to see my family. And I would take them with me. At first it was just my older daughter. And then it was both of them. And I made one trip when my youngest one was a baby. I mean, she was, you know, a baby in arms. And I think I was in Nebraska, I don't know, somewhere. And we were waiting, we had to change buses, so we were waiting for our change in bus. And while we were waiting, I thought, oh, she's going to need some bottles. So I went into the ladies' room to mix her up some bottles. And oh my God, don't you know, while we were in there, the bus came and left. Here I was stranded at this bus station with two young children, a baby, and my daughter, the oldest one, was, you know, about 8, maybe 8.5. And it's like, what am I gonna do now? And the counter guy, I said, well, when's the next bus? And he said, well, it's not till morning, you know, to where you're going. And so I had to take these two little ones and find a hotel and stay there for the night, you know, because I didn't have any other choice. I wasn't about to stay in the bus station with them. But in a way it was a good thing, because they could get a good night's rest, and I could get a good night's rest, and, you know, they could both get cleaned up, take a shower, and I could give the baby a bath. And so then the next day we could go on our merry way. I mean, we didn't come to any harm, thank the Lord. We were perfectly fine. And like I said, I was very adventurous, so it didn't bother me to get myself in. If I got into those predicaments, it was hard to get in that predicament, though, with two young children. That was not the best thing that could have happened, but we forged ahead and we made it to California. My mother was always so glad when we came and when I brought the girls with me. She was always very, very happy, which made me happy. My mother had lived a hard life growing up. Not an easy life by any means. It was not an easy life. But she lived it. She learned. She made a life for herself. She met my dad and married him. she worked. I mean, you know, she was very resourceful. Very resourceful, and she probably taught me some of my resourcefulness. Okay, we're almost done with this one. Almost. So let me know if you're watching me. Let me know in the comments if you have made a master board like this before. I've never made a master board like this before. Like I said, I used shapes to collage Christmas trees and stockings at Christmas time. And I'll probably do that again this year because I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So I can, thinking ahead, I can imagine that I will do it again. But let me know if you've collaged like this before and what you made, what you did with it. I thought this might be a little bit have too much color in it to be used in anything neutral, but you know, just looking at it right now, in actual fact, I don't think that that will be the case. I think you could probably use this any way you wanted to, just like you use any masterboard. You can do the same thing with this one. I don't think there's any thing to stop you. No, Annabelle. But let me know. I'd be very, very, very interested to know. Because I am 99% sure that I am going to use this in a journal. Probably not the one I'm working in now, but I've got lots and lots of journals on my list that I want to make, so I'm sure it will show up someplace at some time. I decided to get out my little bottle for this. The larger one is, to me, actually easier to squeeze than even this one, but I like the nozzle in this better for these tight little places. So I hope you all are doing great and just getting your week off to a wonderful start. And I have mentioned this before as far as myself wanting to be ahead on the videos. When I have a chance to film another video, I like to do it because I never know, you know, you just never know what's going to happen. And I want to be available for my daughter and her husband and the baby. And now with her going back to work, that takes on even more importance, because I know my son-in-law will primarily be watching her, but I'm sure there'll be times when he could say, Mom, will you watch the baby while I go to the store, or I need to run this errand, or whatever, you know. I want to be available. I always say I'll drop anything I'm doing to spend time with that little one. She means so much to me. I didn't have the opportunity with my other 3 grandchildren, the oldest ones, spending that much quality time with them. I did make the effort to make several trips back to Michigan where they were living. We were in California at the time. I was working. I made a real effort to go see them in Michigan and spend time with them whenever that was possible. But I never really got, other than that, got to see them on a daily basis. Like I am Leah, like I am this grandbaby. That was, so I'm very thankful for this opportunity that I now have. And like I said, I will drop whatever I'm doing to be able to do that. So that's just the way it is, folks. Okay, so we've got one finished. What do you think? I think it's kind of cute and pretty. So we haven't been on here in a half hour. Maybe we could do another one. Now, what I would do is just trim this down. And I guess I could do that right now. And then we'll start on another one. Maybe work on 15 minutes or so. If I'm not able to finish it, then, you know, that's okay. I mean, how much do you need to watch somebody glue down circles? I am trying to line this up with as best as I can. Hope that's straight. Kind of all blendy and okay, so here you go. This is an 8.5 by 11 circle punch masterboard. I think it's pretty. I like it. I will use it. And we're going to start on another one just because we can. I think I'll only work on it for 10 or 15 minutes. My last video was pretty long. I didn't intend for it to be, but my battery, like I said, went dead. And I wasn't sure. I should, I mean, I don't, though, keep track of how much time I do try to look at to see where I'm at time-wise. But, yeah, I didn't pay that close attention, so it went way over an hour, and I really don't want my videos to go that long if it can be helped. So, all right, let's just get started here. Like I said, we'll go for a little while. I'm not gonna go for a whole hour, I don't think. I don't think it's necessary. Maybe I can speed myself up a little bit. Put myself on fast forward. If I get any glue on the desk, I'll just go back and clean it off. Are you all working on anything special, or, you know, I know people ask that when they're making a video all the time. It's like, oh yeah, over here in Houston. I mean, really all they're all we're asking for is, you know, that you leave a comment. And I mean, at least in my case, I know I really just want to get to know whoever's watching me. I really do. There's one gal, Betty, I think she comments on every video I've made so far. And Betty, I appreciate that so much. And it just means a lot, you know, and it helps me to get to know that person, and hopefully they can get to know me somewhat as well. And I may never ever see any of you, but that doesn't matter. We can still be friends, you know, and just if we have nothing else in common but junk journaling, then that's all that is needed. You don't have to be the same age or from the same part of the country or anything, just so long as we both enjoy doing the same thing and can communicate with each other about that in one form or another. I think that's all that matters. And the only thing that I ask if you comment is that you be kind. I do not mind constructive criticism. That is often how we learn and move forward. So I don't mind constructive criticism. I really don't. But I don't want meanness, you know. We don't need that. Nobody wants that. But if you have a suggestion for me, I would gladly, I would receive it with open arms, believe me. My one daughter often gives me so many good suggestions. Mom, you should do this or you should do that. And, you know, she does have really good ideas. She is herself a very creative person. Probably she got more of the creativity bug gene than, you know, than I got. And I told her, I said, well, sometime if you ever decide, you know, you can stay at home, maybe we could do this together. I think there's one channel. I know the name of the channel that I'm thinking about is Print and Pixel, and you probably are aware of them. I think they've been online for quite a while. And I do believe they are a mother and daughter, and I get the feeling, although you never see the daughter on camera, you hear her because she helps her mom, you know. But it's only the mom's hand you see. Oh, that's really sticking. Oh my gosh. But they do make their videos together, and I just think that is so nice. So I told my daughter, I said, Lena, we could do that. You have so many good ideas. So you never know. Maybe one day we will. You never know. There's also Scrapbooking with Me. I know her channel and her store is all a big family project from the way it sounds anyway, which is so nice. Scrapbooking with Me. I watch her a lot too. You know, she's been making junk journals for a minute. And I enjoy her. Boy, that really stuck to my mat. I got the idea from someone the other day. I think it was Miss Lori from the Old Paper Lady, to clean this glue, especially Fabri-Tac, off of my mat with just some rubbing alcohol. So I did that. I got a washcloth and I moistened it and I put some rubbing alcohol and it cleaned this mat off really nice. I was very happy. Thank you, Lori, for that piece of information that you gave to everyone. So this can really be helpful for everybody. It's a give and take of ideas and inspiration, things we've learned. You know, I'm always all about learning new things. I've talked about this a lot, learning new things from wherever I can learn them from. Trying to not to get one color or one circle's cut out from a certain way, all bunched up in one area. This is different to me than doing it, you know, with the rectangle squares or tearing. Sometimes I just tear things when I do a collage, which is great fun as well. But as I've been doing masterboards and everything, I really find that I like the masterboards better, that the pieces have not been torn. And they've been, you know, pre-cut, and we add them in that way. I really do like the effect of that better. Somehow it just looks neater and cleaner. And I love doing the fabric ones. Probably the next Monday, if the Paris journal isn't finished by then, probably my next week I will do another fabric masterboard, because I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to doing that again. Look, I'm heavy in this one. I must have cut a lot out of one paper pad, or one piece of scrap. It must have been a large piece of scrap. And I hear that precious girl crying down there. She's been playing most of the afternoon. My daughter was talking to me, and she was playing away. She has a stuffed seahorse, I think, that makes, I think it plays music and stuff, but I'm not sure. And I guess she was, you know, playing with that. She's at the point now developmentally where she's, you know, trying to reach for things and hold on for to things. And there's some things her mother gives her that she likes better than other things. Oh, don't tell me this is empty. It can't possibly be. So she was playing, and she got tired, and she's also drank quite a few bottles today, so she must be going through another growing spurt. This baby is just growing like a weed. Well, you know, as babies do. They grow much faster than we expect them to sometimes. Well, what in the world is wrong here? Please don't give out on me now, little glue bottle. I've been nice to you. Be nice to me, okay? There. Thank you. I am trying to keep an eye on the time. I really am. Oh, it's just like that. Well, I'm not going to fiddle around with it. I'm just going to, I hate to use the bigger one, but we're just going to, oh, see what I mean? We're not going to mess around here, folks. No. I'm not about wasting anybody's time if I can help it. But I do hope you enjoy this. I really do. I'm enjoying doing it. If nobody else is enjoying it, I am. And you know, in my book, well, that's the way it goes. As long as you're enjoying what you're doing. I just really think this, you know, like I said, this is the first masterboard, and I know this is just an 8.5 by 11 that I have done like this. And I just think myself, personally, that it just kind of looks cool and fun and has a different look to it than the squares and rectangles. Although I think maybe the squares and rectangles might be a little bit faster to work with. Because you do have to watch it on these, that you cover all the little gaps that the circles can make and get the outside edges covered. So it's certainly not faster than doing it the regular way. But by golly, it's fun, and I think it looks cool. I do. I think I'm gonna have a gap either way I do this. Move this all the way over. Well, there's a little gap there too. Maybe I could just cover it with something at some point. This glue. Try to go as far over as I can. I want to leave a gap in the middle. At least if it's along the edge, I could cut it off or do something over it. So I know that for me this is Friday, and in real time this is your Friday as well. So I hope you're planning something good for the weekend, something fun or relaxing. Again, please give some special love to that special woman in your life. They will appreciate it so much. But once you see this video, that will already have happened or it won't have happened. That just amazes me, really. I when I think about it. That today is Friday for me, but you're not going to see this till Monday in your life. Who knows? Who knows, really? But the Lord up above, what Monday holds in store for any of us. I hope it's only good things. This desk is going to need a very good cleaning off when I'm done with this. But I knew that was going to happen, so like I said, I wasn't really too worried about it. You know, so, all right, it's about time for me to get off of here. We didn't go to an hour, and we've only got a couple more to glue down. So thank you all very much for spending time with me. I truly hope you did enjoy this. This is something a little bit different than the normal masterboards we usually do. I know that I will be using this in a journal. I don't know which journal I'll be using it in, but I definitely will be using it. And if you haven't done this before, try it. Try it. And I'm sure you'll want to use it in one of your journals as well. You know, there's always a first time for everything. You may never have done this before, but give it a try. I've never done it before either, like this. But it was fun, and I truly enjoyed it. And we are finished. I'm not going to cut this off. I cut the other one off. You know how it will look when it's cut down to an 8.5 by 11. So there we are. I hope you liked it. Please like and comment. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.